We are live now, Betty and Jerry, who are snoring away. Hey, good morning. 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I hope you're doing well. It's Sunday. It's a later, anyway, get stuff done. Walking, got up early, posted up some TikTok, some Instagram pictures of the tides here in Philly. And of course, the cat doesn't want to do it. Anyway, I'm Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. Today, I want to talk about sprints and exposing issues. And if done right and keeping the sprint small and the time boxes small, you get better at it. And you can apply a little Kaizen on that too. Because it's reflecting on the tides and how all the muck and cook was exposed when the tides went low. It just showed you what was underneath of it and the problems that are there. It may look all nice and pretty when the tide's high, but when the tide comes low and you're deploying stuff, all the little things come out. Come on, Buck. What are you doing? You coming? Here we go. Here we go. Cat's in the show. Jerry's jealous. In case you want to go sit next to Jerry. Okay, so that's what I want to talk about today. Talk about how sprints really help with what we talked about the other day about releasing and people panicking and things like that. And again, I'm Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. The 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, where we talk about Agile and Scrum in a practical and tactical way so that you can get home to family and friends, have fun, not work some crazy hours in the work, and bring value, right? I mean, that's the whole idea without working those crazy weekends and time. So you can picture the kitty cat. For others in podcast world, I now have a Bubbles on my lap. And she's here. And Jerry's there. And Betty's over there. They're off camera, though. Anyway. So this morning, just up early, taking the dogs out, going for a walk, getting them some exercise. Because apparently now we all have to lose weight. It's not good. But anyway, we're all going to be on a diet. And just looking at the tide, it went out in the Delaware River here in Philadelphia. And you can see all the muck and the trash and the shopping carts and everything just kind of shows its face. Because when the tide is high, it covers all that stuff up. And it really made me think about our discussion yesterday about releasing and people panicking and people say, oh, we can't do all this stuff because we got the release and this and that and the other thing. And it's because they're not used to doing it and the poor integration process. And this could be a compilation of a lot of things we talked about over the past year or so, 2 years, especially with Kaizen. Lately, we talked about Kaizen a little more because I've been really loving the idea of Kaizen just from a tracking perspective in Jira and all the tracking systems we got and just the concept of it, how it works in conjunction with doing massive change. And one of the things I thought about, the nice thing about sprints, so each sprint, you get your release, your integration. Is your definition done including integration? Good question there. You're getting better. Some of these places, well, we got to wait and get everything done at the same time, but the code needs to be integrated. So the products are working together. So you find those problems before they get out. The more times you do it, the more exposes it. And one thing about the tides are on a cyclic, pretty much a steady state every 12 hours. The tide comes in or goes out. And you get some high tides in between. It's a rhythm, right? And we always talk about in sprints getting that rhythm, and it's important. One, you know when you're doing things and gives you, and the nice thing about the tide is like every day. So it helps clean the rivers out. If you know that, it's like tide comes in, goes out, it cleans everything up. It washes things away, provides nutrients and stuff for the fish out in the ocean, which is a digression. But in the case of the sprints, each sprint gives you an opportunity to improve. So you expose something. Hey, we fixed this. Okay, now this came up. Let's fix that. And then you're applying the Kaizen idea of making these small changes on a regular basis to make the overall quality of the product better. So these shorter duration sprints provide an opportunity for us to improve everything, to make things better, to apply a little Kaizen to what we do, to track it, to implement it, to make sure we do it. And I think the doing part is what everyone misses. I miss that too. I'll be honest with you. Work on it every day. Everything I say here on the show is something you work on every day. I work on it personally every day, every Scrum Master, every team. Yeah, you think you did it once and we don't have to do it again. It's not kind of how it works that way. But it was a great example of sprints exposing issues. I always talk about Agile. Agile doesn't necessarily solve problems, but it will show you that you have problems pretty rapidly and pretty frequently, and you'll get annoyed at some point in time and hopefully give up and say, let's fix the damn problem because I'm tired of seeing it happen every sprint. And that's kind of how it works, right? It just nags you to death until you fix it. And when teams want to get away from the sprints and the concept of time boxes and let it spread out, it's because they don't want to fix those problems. I'll be honest with you. There are some things that Kanban doing it well and everything, but the nice thing about sprints and Scrum, besides having a team to work with to solve a problem, is that it pesters you until you fix it. And until you fix it, it's going to slap you in the face and say, look, you're messing up. This is wrong. And you need to fix it. So it's a small show today. It is a Sunday. And I just want to wish everyone a happy day and happy scrumming and stay healthy. And may you have time to hang out with loved ones and friends and enjoy life as the holidays come here and it gets chillier out there. But just remember, the idea behind a sprint is it exposes issues and it gives you an opportunity. The way it's built and designed with the retrospective and the sprint planning, it's built and designed for you to fix those problems. Just look at the core. People don't get it. They just know the mechanics, but they don't understand why it's put together, or at least my interpretation of why it's put together. It helps fix those problems. It gives you the retrospective. Okay, we had this problem again with the release. All right, let's fix it. Let's put it in the backlog. Let's make it an actual item for us to fix as a team, right? And you track it and you get it done. So that's all I got today. Bubbles, you want to say goodbye? No, she just wants me to pet her. And have a great day. Take care. Bye. See you tomorrow.